Hey, what's going on everybody? My name is Cruz and welcome back to another video. If you are watching for the first time or maybe you haven't watched in a while, do not forget I am still on my road to 1,000. If you haven't subscribed, please do so because if you do, give me 1 second. Because if you do, I'm going to be giving away this American Loopers 3-channel loop switcher. It's amazing. So please do yourself a favor, subscribe to my channel. I'm going to be choosing a winner within the first 1,000 subscribers once I hit 1,000. Now let's move on. So in a video I posted recently comparing my Strat and my Tele, I got a question about what pickup I prefer, the neck pickup on a Strat or the neck pickup on a Telecaster. I thought it was an interesting question. I don't necessarily have a preference. It's more situational. And it got me thinking, maybe it's time for me to show you some of the guitars that I currently own, why I choose them over other guitars, and even though I have other guitars at my disposal, I typically only use these 3 guitars for various reasons. And I'd like to talk about those reasons today. Okay, so fair warning here, I'm gonna be using my typical pedal board setup. I'm gonna have compression on from the Walrus Audio Deep 6. That's then going into my HX Stomp, which I'm using for amps, delays, and reverbs. If you want to know more about that, I've gone through my pedal board quite a few times. I'll link the videos in the description box below. And then I'll eventually add some dry from the Tumnus. The first guitar I want to talk about is my P90 style guitar. Now, this happens to be not a glamorous guitar. This is just an Epiphone Les Paul. I've had it for a little while now. It's beat up. I got it for dirt cheap because it was beat up. The neck had issues. I've worked on it a lot. I use it for either slide stuff or heavier, more tonal leads. Though I don't mind playing leads with my Teles or my Strats, it's something very warm about hearing it through a set of P90s, so I really prefer that sometimes. So I'm going to show you what this sounds like in the context of how I would normally record the guitar. So there will be delay and reverb on, FYI. I'm going to start with the neck pickup, go in the middle position, and then into treble, and then I'll add some drive. So there it is. That is the P90 guitar. It's not my #1 choice when it comes to rhythm guitar playing, to be honest with you, but I really do love when what it sounds like with the lead stuff on it. It has a warmth while still being able to cut through a mix because it is still a single coil after all. It's got that warmth that I really look for when it comes to certain leads, and I dig it. P90s. Next, we have my Strat style guitar here. This happens to be a parts caster that I recently purchased. I can put the video in the description box below where I first unbox this thing. Pretty cool guitar. It's your typical Strat. 3 single coil pickups. Now, you don't have to be into ambient music or any kind of music really to favor a Stratocaster. It's one of the most universal instruments, or guitars specifically, on the planet. I mean, everyone has either played or owned a Strat. In fact, I dare to say that every guitarist should own a Strat. I think it'll be one of the more vital guitars in your collection. It'll definitely be used, if not become your favorite #1 kind of sound. Now, this style of guitar has been a tremendous go-to for me when it comes to songwriting and general stuff that I do here in the studio. But for the most part, I find myself playing clean parts with this one. reasons why I wanted to bring the Strat right behind the P90 guitar so that you could hear the tonal difference almost immediately. There's a warmth that the P90 thing has that the Strat maybe doesn't have. The Strat gives you a sparkle, a clean sparkle that, in my opinion, the P90s have a hard time achieving. So it's a go-to guitar for me, especially here in the studio where I'm looking to get a nice clean sound. It takes grit very well, but quite honestly, I'm chasing after that clean tone when it comes to this guitar. With some of the clean stuff, I gravitate towards the middle pickup a little bit because I'm used to playing Telecasters. But then I usually find my home using the back pickup and the middle pickup together in that position. It's really where I feel a lot more comfortable in terms of getting that nice clean sparkle and getting that ambient sound. Last but not least, my beautiful Telecaster, and it's the guitar that's probably seen going around with me the most, whether it's my Cruz Custom T guitar or this Nash T52. When it comes to tone, for me, it's probably the in-between, right? It's not going to be quite as thin as the Strat, but not quite as warm as the P90s. And look, you're going to hear me talk about mid-range frequency a lot on these videos because I believe in it. I think that that's the place where guitarists need to live, mid-range frequency. So without further ado, let's hear some of the tones that I get with this thing. One thing you might have heard right off the bat is I probably sounded a little more comfortable on this guitar. And yet, granted, I haven't really warmed up today and I'm playing guitar sort of cold on this video, but it's the guitar that I gravitate towards the most, and therefore I feel a little more comfortable playing it. But it's the in-between, as I mentioned. There's tones in there that I believe can gravitate towards more of the warmer side, but also I can get towards that cutting through clean sparkle side as well. I really appreciate the Telecaster for what it can give me, even though it only has 2 pickups. In my mind, it's one of the more versatile guitars. I feel like I can get more tones out of this than I could a Stratocaster, or more usable tones, I should say, and then more usable tones than I definitely can get from something from a P90. I feel like when it gets to the neck pickup, it gets a little more muddy and hard to cut through in the mix. Whereas with the Telecaster, I really feel comfortable. So with this guitar, I play pretty much anything I want. But here in the studio, I really utilize this guitar for doing rhythms with grit on it, because I can get good cleans out of the Strat, I can get good leads out of the P90, but with this guitar, I can get great rhythms. It cuts through because of the mid-range frequency, and it just holds grit very, very well. It's still my favorite kind of guitar to jam with. I will put it in the middle position and get some of the, or try to accomplish some of the stuff that I would do with the Strat with those clean ambient tones. So I feel like this guitar covers more ground for me personally, but each guitar has its purpose for everything that I do here in the studio and in a live situation. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Please do not forget, if you have not subscribed, do so, because I am giving away this pedal completely for free. Once I hit 1,000 subscribers, I will choose a winner within the first 1,000 subscribers to give this beautiful pedal to. It is an American Loopers 3-channel loop switcher. You don't want to miss out on this giveaway, trust me. As usual, if you haven't done so already, please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit that bell icon so you know exactly when I upload a video. Thanks again for watching, and until next time.